So other than Wealth Plan, what's next for Ryan Leslie?
Listen, this, I think, for me has really become I think it will be a part of my legacy, what I'm doing at Wealth Plan. It's tremendously rewarding to unlock a financial future that someone may have almost completely overlooked. And the way that we work at Wealth Plan is it's very individualized and tailored. So it's one-on-one, and it's for folks that actually, like me, when I first was seeking out a mentor, they want that personalized attention. They understand it's called personal finance for a reason, and they want to actually have someone to show them the way in a real way, one-on-one, step-by-step, hand-in-hand. And so that's what I've been doing. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a stockbroker. All I can do is show folks what has made a multi-million-dollar difference in the returns in my portfolio. And because of those returns, it gives me the latitude, it gives me the opportunity outside of obviously running my venture-backed company, SuperPhone, right, which is about technology. We can talk about that a little bit more. Outside of doing that, it provides a very, very rewarding aspect to my life, because what's the use of being wealthy on your own? You want to have folks around you who once, let's say we can turn 100 people into millionaires. Well, that's $100 million of financial power that we can put behind the initiatives, the change that we want to see in the world. So I believe for me, this is a piece of everything I'll be doing for the rest of my life, is teaching in this way. But on the flip side, I've always sort of had this concept of being of service. So when I was in the music business, the first jobs that I had, even though I wanted to be in front of the cameras, was to actually be behind the scenes as the producer. And so for me, it was about providing the highest level of service. So somebody needed 3 song ideas, you give them 9, right? And then once I was able to get in front of the cameras and was starting to tour, I would listen to feedback from audiences, especially when I was overseas, and they say, well, God, artists will come from overseas and they'll get on stage and they'll do a backing track and they'll be out of here in 30 minutes. Like, it's God's gift to mankind that they got on a plane to come over and perform for us. And so for me, in that spirit of service, I spent the extra money to bring the band out, and we would play 2-hour, 3-hour, in some cases, marathons, 6-hour sets. And so people could understand Ryan's about delivering a higher level of service. And so I started to get a lot of folks that would say, hey, Ryan, I want to make it in the music business. And the music business is really sort of tied to, let's say, just a little bit of serendipity. You're not able to just say, if I make a song and I put this much money behind it, it's going to go. If that was the case, everybody would have a hit. So the way that I can give back in a way that is objectively valuable is really twofold. Number one, success really happens at the speed of communication. So what we do at SuperPhone is we put a layer of technology on text messaging and a layer of technology over our phones, which allows me, currently I'm on text with more than 130,000 people. I've had those conversations, but it's not just about the text, it's also about the ability to layer that on a phone system and to do it personally. We've all heard about call centers. You call up Delta Airlines or you call up somewhere, there's call centers and they're redirecting your call somewhere, or you're talking to a robot. My belief, and the belief that we have at SuperPhone, and the reason why we have a patent on some of the technology that we're building for automated digital conversation management, is because my belief is that when we can unlock, like if I was to ask you right now, how many contacts do you have in your phone? You might not know offhand. But if I gave you your phone and you scrolled all the way to the bottom and you said, oh, well, I've got 300 contacts, 500 contacts, 750, 1,000 contacts, the reality is you're likely only engaging with maybe 3% of those contacts, right? Because we like to keep our circle small. So what I'm doing at SuperPhone is my way of being of service, not subjectively. Because if someone doesn't like my music, then I can't really serve them.
Being of service.
Yes.
That's what's next. That's what you're going to continue doing.
That's what drives what I'm doing. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Ryan.
Thanks, Rosemary. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.